Even a 15,000 TV today comes with Dolby Vision. But what does that actually mean? What is Dolby Vision? How it is different from HDR and HDR10 Plus? And more importantly, is Dolby Vision on budget TVs actually real? Or just a label? Because the difference between a budget Dolby Vision TV and a premium one is much bigger than most people realize. So before you decide anything, let's clear this properly. Hi, I am Pooja. Welcome to ClearBuy. I spend all my time testing home appliances, sharing real tips, tricks and my honest opinions. So you can buy smart and use smarter. If you are new here, consider subscribing and be a part of our journey to the first 10,000 subscribers. Let's grow together. Okay, so before we get into the three formats, let me quickly explain what HDR actually is. Because without understanding this, the rest won't make sense. HDR stands for High Dynamic Range. In simple words, it's a technology that makes your TV show brighter highlights, deeper shadows, and more realistic colors compared to the older HDR standard. Think of it like this. When you look outside on a sunny day, you see bright sunlight and dark shadows at the same time. Your eyes handle both beautifully. A regular HDR TV can't do that. It either makes the bright parts too dull or the dark parts too crushed. HDR tries to fix that. It gives your TV more information about brightness and color, so the picture looks closer to real life. Now, HDR10, HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision are the three different ways of delivering that HDR information to your TV. And this is where things get interesting. Let's start with the HDR10 because this is the foundation. Almost every 4K TV sold in India today supports HDR10. It's the basic universal HDR standard. HDR10 uses something called static metadata. What does that mean? When a movie is made, the filmmaker sets one brightness and color instruction for the entire movie. That single setting is applied to every scene, whether it's a bright sunny outdoor shot or a dark underground cave scene. Now here is the limitation. Your TV gets only one instruction for the whole film. So in some scenes, the dark parts might look too dark, and in bright scenes, highlights might get a little washed out. It supports 10-bit color, which gives you about a billion colors. And peak brightness goes up to about 1000 nits in the specification. It's good. It's a big upgrade from HDR, but it's not perfect. And that's exactly why HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision were created. HDR10 Plus was developed by Samsung along with Amazon and Warner Bros. And here is the big upgrade. It uses dynamic metadata instead of static. What does that mean in real life? Instead of one brightness setting for the entire movie, HDR10 Plus adjusts brightness and color scene by scene so that dark cave scene get optimized separately from the bright outdoor scene. Your TV gets specific instructions for each movement. It still uses 10-bit color like regular HDR10, but the peak brightness specs goes up to 4000 nits. And here is one important thing. HDR10 Plus is royalty free. That means TV brands don't have to pay a license fee to use it. That's why Samsung pushes it so hard, and that's why it's on every Samsung TV. Now, which streaming apps in India support HDR10 Plus? Amazon Prime Video has been the biggest supporter. But now even Netflix has added HDR10 Plus support on newer TVs. And recently, Disney Plus also started supporting it on Samsung TVs. But here is the thing most people miss. If your TV only supports HDR10 Plus and the content is in Dolby Vision, your TV will fall back to basic HDR10. You won't get any dynamic metadata benefit. Keep that in mind. Now, Dolby Vision. This is the format everyone talks about. And honestly, for good reason. Developed by Dolby Laboratories, Dolby Vision also uses dynamic metadata. But it goes further than HDR10 Plus in a few important ways. First, it adjusts not just scene by scene, but frame by frame. So even within one scene, if there is a sudden flash of light or a quick transition to darkness, Dolby Vision handles it more precisely. Second, it supports 12-bit color depth. That's about 68 billion colors compared to HDR1's 1 billion. Now honestly, no TV sold in India today can actually display true 12-bit color. But the benefit is still real. You get smoother gradients, less color banding, and more natural skin tones because the TV has more data to work with. Third, Dolby Vision supports peak brightness up to 10,000 nits. Again, no consumer TV hits that today, but it's future-proof. Now here is the catch. Dolby Vision is a licensed proprietary format. TV brands have to pay Dolby a license fee to include it. That's exactly why Samsung doesn't support Dolby Vision. Samsung has never put Dolby Vision on any of its TVs. They back HDR10 Plus exclusively. But here is where Indian buyers need to pay attention. Netflix requires a premium plan at 649 rupees per month for 4K and Dolby Vision. Jio Hotstar's premium plan at 14.99 per year also supports Dolby Vision. And these are two of the biggest streaming platforms we use in India. So if your TV doesn't support Dolby Vision, you are missing out on the best picture quality these apps can offer. Now here is something really important, and almost nobody talks about this. Today, even TVs under 20,000 rupees proudly claim Dolby Vision support. Brands like Realme, VW, Thomson, Motorola, Acer, Philips, even Xiaomi's entry models, they all have that shiny Dolby Vision logo on the box. But is it really the same Dolby Vision you get on a premium TV? Honestly, no. And let me explain why. Dolby Vision was originally designed for TVs that can hit 1000 nits or more, with rich contrast and proper local dimming. But a 18,000 rupees TV, it usually hits only 300 to 400 nits. It has no local dimming, or at best a basic one. The processing chip is also very basic. So what happens? The TV accepts the Dolby Vision signal, shows the logo, but it can't actually deliver the full experience. It does something called tone mapping. Basically, squeezing that premium HDR into what the panel can actually show. You still get slightly better colors and contrast compared to plain HDR10. But it's not the jaw-dropping Dolby Vision you see in Sony Bravia or an LG OLED. So the logo is real. The benefit is partial. A premium Dolby Vision TV like a Sony Bravia 5, LG C5 OLED or a TCL QM7K Mini LED can hit 1000 to 4000 nits with hundreds of local dimming zones. That's where Dolby Vision truly shines. The contrast, the highlights, the depth, everything lands the way the director intended. On a budget TV, you are getting maybe 30 to 40% of that experience. Still better than nothing, but don't expect miracles. So what should you actually do when buying? Honestly, it comes down to what you watch and how much you are spending. If you mostly watch cable TV, YouTube or sports and your budget is tight, don't chase the Dolby Vision logo. A good HDR10 or HDR10 Plus TV will serve you just fine. But if you are someone who loves movies and series on Netflix, Jio Hotstar or Apple TV Plus, Dolby Vision is genuinely worth it. Now, budget-wise, under 20,000 rupees, don't stress about formats too much. Just pick a TV with good build quality and take Dolby Vision as a bonus. TCL, Xiaomi, Thomson, Motorola, all decent options here. Between 35,000 to 60,000, this is the sweet spot. Look for a TV that supports both Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus. TCL, Hisense, Xiaomi and Philips do this really well, and that covers you for every streaming app. And above 70,000, LG, Sony, TCL high-end mini LED, Hisense U series, this is where Dolby Vision truly shines. The brightness, the processing, the local dimming, everything works together. One last thing, Samsung fans. You'll never get Dolby Vision on a Samsung TV. But HDR10 Plus on a good Neo QLED is still genuinely excellent. Just know what you're getting before you buy. I hope this video helped you understand Dolby Vision. For best TV recommendations across every budget, check out my TV buying playlist. I'll link it right here. And the best Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus TVs budget-wise are linked and tagged in the description. Please check them out. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It really keeps ClearBuy going. Until next time, don't just buy, ClearBuy. See you soon.